We have a comprehensive team that is going to help us come up with the real figures and the truth.
Well, one of the things that has been mentioned are these alleged bribes. Talk to us about that. What will you do? You'll go to the banks abroad and they give you accounts? How will you do that?
Yeah, as I said, I think the experts are going to, the details, of course I cannot give you the details as to how we are going to proceed. But when we co-opt and bring in these experts, I think they will then guide us as to how you dig out the truth regarding bank accounts, even in the legal. Of course, I know we have some colleagues who are lawyers, but they may not have all the necessary expertise in actually getting to the legal issues in this case. So, and it's not only that. Of course, we have we may even use other professional bodies in banking, in research, and so on. So we are going to have actually a hodgepodge of experts.
Will you have a desk where you ask members of public to come to you, for instance? Do you have a place that they can walk in and, throw documents at you, so to speak?
Yes, we are really going to. Our intention is to have these proceedings actually in the open, public.
Where? In Parliament or somewhere? Parliament can be intimidating to the average person. Checks here, checks there.
It's friendly, and I think I wasn't around when this debate was in the House, but I'm told actually many Ugandans came in and they are interested. And whenever we have an interesting issue on the floor of the House, many Ugandans come in. And at Parliament, actually, even the checking is so friendly. It's not intimidating.
Right. So let's talk about the outcome. As you close your eyes, you're trying to see what you will present after 3 months. What kind of truth do you expect to have had by the time you get through with it?
That is going to actually depend on the submission of the petitioners. Actually, the starting point is Hon.Gerald Karuhanga now, because he has a case. He's told Ugandans, here we are as Ugandans, I think there's something wrong in the oil sector. And therefore, we are going to follow each and everything that is stated in that submission. And we actually want to come up with the truth and give Ugandans. It is my sincere prayer that I think we are going to actually conduct this work unhindered. And in the process, we are going to give the Ugandans the truth.
Unhindered?
Yeah.
You would say that, your hand crossed over your chest. You sure you'll do your job unhindered?
That is my hope, and I believe we are going to do it.
Whether these men are still in office or not?
Whether they are there or not, we have a task to do, because we cannot abdicate this responsibility given to us by Ugandans through our representatives in the House.
You're not afraid of them? They might intimidate you, say, I'm a big man.
I don't think there's going to be any intimidation. We will do our work as commanded by Parliament.
Hon.Gerald Karuhanga, you have a big part to play in this. Talk to us, you are the whistleblower. Talk to us about what you have up your sleeve or on your desk.
There is a lot, and I'm very sure we are going to get so many witnesses come for this committee. But what I see here is a very huge predicament again. I honestly wonder, in the circumstances, how this committee is going to operate independently without any interference, because indeed they will invite, yes, forensic experts, probably, but these experts will certainly rely on the institutions of government that directly fall under these ministers, the Prime Minister and
the Internal Affairs Minister.
Internal Affairs Minister, Honorable Karuhanga. Now, Honorable Amambaba says there will be a crisis if he steps aside. Honestly, who is Mbabazi? If I was the Prime Minister, wasn't Uganda, right?
There was another man there.
Yes, the Right Honorable Apollo
professor
was doing a better job. So, this whole element and the character of feeling indispensable, and that nothing can happen, nobody can do anything unless you're around, it must stop. And then the president again here, the ball is in his hands. He has been singing in his campaigns and everywhere that, I am going to fight corruption. Some of my ministers have stolen money here and there, and I'm going to discipline them. Parliament made a resolution saying, please allow us to investigate some of your ministers.
Yes.
For the last 3 weeks, our dismay and disappointment, he has gone on a very unfortunate path, trying instead to defend them.
Defend the people who are
Yes,
suspected.
defend Mbabazi. And that's the other question. You wonder, he has honestly gone out to stake out his head for Mbabazi. The interest between him and Mbabazi is not understood at all.
Maybe you have seen something that happened. You know, he said the former vice president was clean. Now the IG has confirmed that. He has also said Mbabazi is clean. Maybe it's also going to come true. Maybe it's these things you cannot see.
I don't want to believe so, because even when the IGG said it, actually the IGG doesn't say that the Professor Gilbert Bukenya is keen. He says he only wants to give way to the civil cases first to take their own course, and then he comes later. I think this is politics, everyone knows.
You think it's politics?
Yes, it is.
Someone wants to deal in the former vice president.
Yes. So what we are saying here, we want to see a genuine situation. You know, Ugandans honestly spend lots of their very difficult circumstances, very hard-earned money. This morning, a young lady came to my office at Parliament and said, Karuhanga, I earn a very small salary, but what I earn, I pay 200,000 shillings to government of Uganda in taxes,
right,
to ensure that you people do your work. And somehow, everything we buy, even a sacket of salt this old woman buys in Kaveramaido, she pays tax. Every small thing she buys.
Right.
So they collect this money. Part of it is paid to us to do the work that we are supposed to do. And Ugandans are saying, look, there is a problem here. Let's look into it. And before you feel, oh, me, I must remain.
Things might not run without.
So there is a problem.
Okay.
And that's why tomorrow we are not going to sit back until Honorable Mama Mbabazi and Honorable Karuhanga step aside. We are not going to sit back.
We're going to talk about that, exactly how you intend to proceed. Honorable Werike, have you been assured about the budget, the money that you're supposed to spend? Because you might wait 3 weeks and the money has not come. Then when the time is about to end, you get the money. What are you going to do?
We have indicated the activities that are going to run through the period of 3 months. The clerk is going to cost them, but we've been assured by the Speaker that Parliament will do its level best to make sure that this task is accomplished.
You're sure about the budget?
Yeah.
You have the assurances?
Yes.
And suppose the money is delayed, you don't expect that to happen?
We don't expect that to happen.
Do you expect to call the suspects, the people who have been named? Prime Minister Mbabazi?
Sure. Really, it is a petition and they are accused. So you cannot only have the petitioners and not call the accused. For sure we will call all of these people. These people are going to be called.
Honorable Karuhanga, what do you plan to do tomorrow about these people?
Well, tomorrow rules of Parliament are going to take course. The rules are very clear. You know, the framers of these rules were very smart, because they foresaw situations like this.
Yes.
Whereby you have members who choose to disregard their own resolutions, the resolutions of Parliament, who choose to misbehave in Parliament. Now, they are clear that Parliament can make a resolution to suspend them for any period.
Yes.
And so what is going to happen is that there is a motion. And tomorrow we are going to discuss it. If it is successful, we shall have Honorable Mbabazi.
You throw them out of the house?
Yes, and Honorable Karuhanga will be certainly suspended.
How long do you want them to stay out? 1 week, 3 months?
Now we are going to
discuss it tomorrow.
On it tomorrow. And honestly, this is not targeting any of these fellows. What we are trying to make clear here is that we don't want to create a very terrible precedent where the members of Parliament themselves disregard a resolution of Parliament. Because what Parliament does almost in all cases is to make resolutions or recommendations to the executive arm of government. Now, it's up to government to act unless it's law. For law, the statutory resolutions, those are a little different, because there is a provision. If the president doesn't assent, then they become law at some point. Now, in this case here, we are seeing our own members disrespect the resolutions of Parliament.
Yes.
And we are saying we can't allow this to happen. because it's going to be a very bad mark on this institution called Parliament and its independence. So we must do everything possible to protect Parliament and to protect the Speaker's office, because again, she's the head of this institution.
Yes.
Now there is another thing I wanted also to comment about the security of even our colleagues on this committee.
What do you mean?
I am not very sure whether they will be very, very secure. I'm sure it has been said in the corridors. But the only people they can
will be safe.
the only people that can protect them. The only people that can protect them. I'm told they asked for security from the Speaker, and the Speaker said, well, if it's necessary, we can provide. But what should be clear here is that it's the police that's going to protect them.
From the Ministry of Internal Affairs.
Exactly. Where Hon.Gerald Karuhanga is the minister.
So it's kind of a cul-de-sac.
It is.
Everywhere you turn.
It's not possible. The circumstances.
You can't turn away from the shadow.
No, it's not possible. It's not. And I don't know why.
What does this tell you about this government?
This, so many things happen under the sun. But in this case, I think our government is sick.
This is Spectrum on Radio, and you can call in now. Our numbers. Our topic: how prepared is the Adhoc Committee of Parliament on the oil and gas sector to handle investigations? Are there any impediments that could derail their work? Our guest, Hon.Gerald Werike, Chairman of the Adhoc Committee on the oil and gas sector and the Committee on Natural Resources, also member of Parliament for Bungoho South, and Hon.Gerald Karuhanga, Petitioner on the oil and gas sector and lead counsel of the Public Accounts Committee, also member of Parliament for Western Uganda, youth member of Parliament. You can call in now. Our numbers: 0414 348 111, 0312 260 390, 0312 261 390. When you call in, please tell us your name and where you are calling from. Spectrum, hello? Hello? Okay. Yes, you tell us your name and where you're calling from, and if you can move away from your radio or even switch it off all together as you call it, so we don't get that feedback that interrupts reception. Spectrum, hello? Hello? We seem to have a situation with that line. It's going to be worked on. Please do call in. We'll be ready to receive your call. Hon.Gerald Werike, what makes you certain your findings? You might come up with good findings. What makes you confident they'll be put in place, they'll be implemented, or does that not bother you?
No, it bothers me because, as I said, our institution called Parliament is the one which has assigned assigned us this task. Really, even the report that we are going to make is for the consumption primarily by Parliament of Uganda. And of course, as earlier on observed, we expect people to take whatever Parliament recommends or resolves.
Maybe cut you said that so we can take some callers. Spectrum, hello? 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 Yes, sir, your name? Hello? Your name? Well. Spectrum. Hello?
This is Tumwine Mark.
Yes?
Yes, I agree with my friend Mr. Karuhanga that when these men with incredible experience and networks stay in office, they have a lot of powers and machinery to sabotage the process of investigation. But let us look a little bit further and give it the benefit of doubt. What if, Hon.Gerald Karuhanga, you are a legislator and you are colleague in the studio? What if this process succeeds and you find them maybe they have some bit of hands in this corruption? What will they do? You will hand over the investigation to the judiciary. When they face the judiciary take the judgment, the judiciary will look in the constitution, it is giving them bail. After that, there is no law that says that refund back the money. After that, there is no law that says sentence them or harshly maybe for a jail sentence. No.
That will be responded to. Spectrum, hello? Hello? Please tell us your name and where you are calling from. Hello? Spectrum, hello. Okay, there seems to be a situation with that line. Hello? Hello? Okay. Maybe the fault comes.
Yes, good morning.
Hello, your name, sir? Your name?
I think Gerald is trying to become another leader of ANC in South Africa. I think it is not very right.
We don't seem to be your message clear. Okay, let's try one more time. Spectrum, hello.
Hello, Spectrum.
Yes, sir, your name?
Mujisha Peter is my name.
Mr. Mujisha.
Yeah, and I'd like to contribute to this debate. Earlier in the day, there was an allegation made on one of your sister radio stations that those gentlemen, including Karuhanga and Sereko and the like, that they picked a bribe from some investor or an interested party in this case, fuel up this debate on oil, and so that they could tarnish the name of the Prime Minister and the people who are involved in this. Can Mr. Karuhanga shed light on this? Thank you.
All right.
Hello?
Spectrum, hello?
Yeah, this is Stefano calling from Rungudia.
Yes, go on.
Yeah, I think Mr. Karuhanga, they asked you to table the debate because it was a serious allegation, and I think the reason why President did not force these people to take aside, it was clear. He investigated before he gave order the police to investigate, and they found out that it was just a mere allegation. So you cannot suspend the special minister for just a mere allegation which you have failed to establish cases. I think let's give autonomy to the committee, let them come out with their report, and then that one already done we can support that. Otherwise, it's just a mere allegation. I think we could establish cases.
Spectrum, hello.
Hello.
Yes, your name?
Edmond Bazira.
Go on.
I just want to challenge Chairman Werike that he's operating in an environment of doubt, because Ugandans don't have the confidence that they are going to come out with a very balanced report, especially based on the circumstances that the people who are being investigated are holding high offices and are still very influential. And so they are going to have to do a lot of work to go beyond the suspicions that we have. So I want to encourage the committee that if they are going to convince Uganda that they have done a good job, they have to come out with a very honest and balanced report, irrespective of the challenges they may go through. Thank you.
All right, let's hear from Hon.Gerald Karuhanga. Okay, one final caller. Spectrum, hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, your name?
Hello?
You're live on Spectrum. Your name?
Yes, my name is David Mukoto.
David, go on.
Yeah, I commend these two gentlemen for the very good work they are going to do for this nation. But on a sad note, there are 7 people on the panel. The whole idea is that they will conclude everything, whether they have come to truth or not, solve them, write a minority report, and that will be the end of it. I thank you this evening.
Hon.Gerald Karuhanga.
Yes, please.
You can respond to what they say.
Yeah, I think I will begin with Mr. Bazira, who has actually talked about the honesty or coming up with a report which is actually going to leave no doubt in the minds of Ugandans. And I would like to state here clearly that we as a committee, and I want actually to inform Ugandans, members on the committee are resolved. And they are people of integrity, really, all of them. In fact, from the initial interaction as we were preparing to commence this work, we came out clearly and we assured each other that in solidarity we are going to do justice. And I would like to inform Ugandans that regardless of the challenges that we may come across, we are going to come up with facts to the Ugandans.
And if you get roadblocks, you'll mention them.
We will, and I want to assure Ugandans, this is something. I'm a Ugandan.
Yes.
I'm interested in making sure that our country is sound in the management of each and every aspect of life. So. It is not. I'm not doing this because I'm just a member of parliament, but I'm a Ugandan, and I love this country, and therefore, I want to assure Ugandans that I, on behalf of my colleagues who are not here in this studio, we are going to do justice, and we will give Ugandans facts.
And you're touched by this corruption. Some people think that even the president has said there are many thieves here. You're touched by it as well.
Really, because really, of course, corruption is a cancer. If you don't deal with it, then we all perish. Either we all stand together to fight, or we all perish.
Hon.Gerald Karuhanga, you can respond to some of these comments.
Yeah, in fact, let me begin from that one. Corruption is not even just a mere cancer, it is an extinctive cancer. It can finish indeed all of us, and we must deal with it.
Worse than AIDS, you would say?
Far much worse than any other disease you would, because you are talking about almost all the foundations of all the institutions. I mean, corruption can eat away anything. Anything can be swindled so quickly. So now there was a comment.
I think you're just looking for a good name. You've been bribed yourselves. How much were you given?
Now, I think that's a very unfortunate joke, because, like I said, the entire police report still are on neck. Oh, Mbaga's can summon anybody. He was the former security of former director of ESO, but he was also a former security minister.
True.
He knows every other person to rely on in the security organs in this government. So probably by now he would have come out to glaring to expose us if there was any
photocopies with stamps.
In fact, if I'm very sure, if Honorable Mbabazi learned that we got even 100 shillings,
you wake up in the night.
I think it would be exposed the following day and would certainly be brought to book.
You'll be come round out of the shower. Go.
Yes. Yes. Stepping aside on mere allegations, yes, world over. This is not even here in Kenya. Whenever they are, and we are only saying, I don't know where people really are getting us. We're not even saying resign now at this point.
Take leave.
Just take leave, which ordinary actually.
Just like you might take it another time.
Exactly. Take leave and let investigations take course. Simply. But you can see the adamancy, the impunity push. They show you that we can. Now the other one was about whether the report will be pirated or doctored. At this point, we want to give a benefit of doubt.
Yes.
To this committee. I know where this is coming from, because I think one of the members was involved in the Temangaro investigation, and people were like, "Oh, this name again comes up here." So, but we've spoken to at least most of them, and they're saying, "Give us time. Give us a benefit.
Right.
Give us a benefit of doubt, and have some faith." And these honorable men, well, yet see, I'm sure history is going to record us very well, because everyone is out there watching and they're waiting. It would be unfortunate, honestly, to see Honorable Chanjo, Honorable Sisiogwa, or even Honorable Werike come up with a minority report. It would be unfortunate, but we hope they will come up with a good report that exposes the facts very clearly. The judiciary has discretion in case it ends up in the judiciary.
Yes. And
they can actually, among others, the judiciary can even make a ruling that they refund these monies. So the judiciary has a very, very wide discretion, and they can make any judgment according to what they have found out.
All right, we have to end, but maybe one final word, Hon.Gerald Werike. What could cause you to desire more time? 3 months, is that comfortable? What could cause a delay that would require you to ask for more time?
As I indicated earlier on, I think we are determined to do our work within the time frame given to us. But in the event, because you don't know, as I said, we may dig down to get the truth. So if it warrants then we may ask. But if not,
you think you can do it in 90 days?
3 days.
Honorable Michael Werike, Chairman Ad Hoc Committee on the Oil and Gas Sector and the Committee on Natural Resources, also Member of Parliament for Bungoho South. Thank you very much for coming to Spectrum, sir.
Thank you too, and I would like to also thank the listeners.
Thank you, Hon.Gerald Karuhanga, Petitioner on the Oil and Gas Sector and Lead Counsel of the Public Health Committee, also Western Uganda Youth MP. Thank you for coming to Spectrum.
Thank you, and I also salute the listeners.
Thank you for tuning in. I've been your host, Edmond Kizito. Spectrum will be back tomorrow. Up next, though, is the news in English. Do stay tuned.